40% of the joints are between here and here in your body. And based on the lecture I just gave on joint receptors, right? We want to stimulate the proprioceptors of the joints. Okay, so first of all, that in of itself. We want to make the spine move in as many ways as possible. If we only move in one spot of the spine, it's like Sue was saying, if a baseball pitcher throws the baseball the same way, we get repetitive use injuries. So many people, you'll see they buckle in one area and they brace in another. If you've studied yoga for a long time and you have Donna Farhi's old book with the naked people in it, the naked drawings, she calls it propping and collapsing, which is what my teacher called it. In science and research, spinal stuff, they call it buckling and bracing, the same thing, right? So you want to be able to not overuse one area and not underuse another, okay? Additionally, with just proprioception of the spine, you have more options. You have more ways to pick things up. You have more ways to walk down the street. What happens when you walk? Your pelvis and your ribs move. All of these joints move together. It's not like just your legs are moving, right? What happens when you breathe? Right? When you breathe, every single rib rotates open and closed. And when your ribs attach, your ribs go this way, your spine goes this way. Are you okay there? And when these ribs move, do you think that puts a torque on the spine this way? I mean, how's a car built? The tires go this way, but something in the middle goes this way. It's called a pinion and gear. It's like, basic mechanics. It's in your watch too. Does that make sense? Like a load going one direction catches the tooth of another. So just by simply moving the spine, you're able to move the ribs. You can change the way you breathe, perhaps, just by doing this stuff. Okay? You're also learning to use the arms and legs to leverage in the spine, which is what they do, right? So you're learning constantly. Okay? So let's just do your cat-cow. And we've got some hyperextension here. Now that's interesting because it makes it harder to use the arms as leverage when there's hyperextension because you can't use the muscles in the same way. It's also, some people like to bend their elbows when they do cat-cow. It's harder to leverage the arms through the spine if you bend the elbows. So you're gonna have to really work on going straight. I know you have, I have a cue, but still, yeah.
Which one?
Just right here, yep. Don't rotate, yep, good. Okay. So a lot of movement here, right? Okay. And when she goes into cow, I always get them confused. She likes to start by dropping her shoulders away from, or dropping her ribs away from her shoulders. And that's part of this kind of leverage. Can you keep the shoulder blades work? See how she drops? Do you see that? Did you guys observe that? It's okay. It's not wrong. We're observing, right? I'm just showing what habits are. Okay? So when she goes into cat-cow, do you see how the first thing she does is drop away? That's not spinal movement. That's rib cage coming away from the shoulder blade.
It's related.
Yeah, because you can't move your spine the other. Did you hear what she said? But it gives me more spinal movement because otherwise I can't move my spine. Exactly. And this is an exercise in moving your spine. That's why I'm going to have you not do that. I mean, she's totally right. But it gives me more, it's a workaround. So it gives me more movement.
You want me to keep my arm boards?
I don't want you to do anything right now. I want you to just do what you do.
Okay.
So we can see it. So you want to observe your first. You learn by observing, right? I just want you to be you, because this is your beautiful cat-cow. But do you guys see what she's doing?
Yes.
Okay. So now, from here, come to a neutral spine. Your rhomboids won't stay at a constant length, because when your spine moves, your ribs move. When your ribs move, your shoulder blades move. Don't worry about the rhomboids at a constant length, but I do want you to keep your shoulder blades with your spine so that you can use the leverage of your arms. So push a little bit more, just a little bit. There you go. Good enough. Doesn't have to be perfect, but you feel that connection, right? Push a tiny bit more. That's it, right there. Okay. Don't move any of this, and I want you to start to, you volunteered. I want you to start not moving any of this. I'm going to go into cat pose starting at L5S1. Good. Slow. Beautiful job. Keep going. Keep going. This is all working, right? Keep going.
My abs are working.
My abs are working, absolutely. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. See how she has more range there, but she's moved up here already, but it's okay. Keep going. Keep going. Good. See how hard she's working? How do you feel?
I feel good.
I feel good. Okay, nice. Okay. Ready? Now the hard part. I want you, we'll have you go the hard way. I want you to go into cow pose without dropping your chest.
So from the tailbone?
Nope, from here.
Oh, from here.
But don't drop your chest away from the shoulder blades. Yes. Yes. Nice.
It's gonna be really hard for her.
Yeah. She's also a yoga teacher, so it makes it easier. Good. Keep pushing. Yes. Do you guys see? Do you feel the difference? The other way wasn't wrong. That's the only way you knew how, right? Feldenkrais used to say, if you can do things one way, you're a rock. If you can do things 2 ways, you're a light switch. And if you can do things 3 ways, you're a human. We're just introducing new ways of moving, so you have more options when shit hits the fan, right? Make sense? Keep going. Yep. See how much she's working here? Big sigh. Keep going. Don't lose this. Push. She's like, I hate you. Keep going. Yep. At some point, the forces collide, and then you go into the full. It's like a slinky thing, right? At some point, as soon as you go into enough extension, then you have to go the rest of the way.